Disclaimer notice. This video is for entertainment purposes only. All information in this video is not based on fact. It is all alleged, based upon my intuition, my opinion, what I believe my tarot cards are telling me. I encourage each and every one of you to do your own research, form your own opinions. After all, I'm just a blonde throwing cards. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing today? I hope you have an amazing day. I have a new setup. My son moved his computer out of here over to his girlfriend's house. He got a computer desk over there. I'm taking over this space because I also got the hutch up on here where I could store a lot of books. That hutch you may have seen in some of the backgrounds of other videos over by the closet door because his desk was a total wreck. But like you really want to know all that, I know. Anyhow, we're going to experiment with this setup. I got to get used to it also. I had it on the other side of this desk, but there was like little metal shelving in the way. I didn't like how it looked, so we're trying this, even though you see a little bit of a floor. I guess I got to just make sure that always stays clean, right? This is still a work in progress. We'll see how this goes, but anyhow. Today's video, we're going to talk about Liam Payne. This has been a highly requested video. Several people have asked me to cover this case. Liam Payne passed away October 16th, which just happened to be my mother's birthday. I'll never forget that that's the day of his death, right? Anyhow, what he did, I guess he jumped allegedly from a from the third story, a hotel. He's jumped from the third story balcony and sustained injuries, internal, external. I believe some people tried to do something to help him, but to no avail. And now he has left us. But we're going to dig in and find out what the root cause may have been. Did he do it to himself? There's people out there alleging that maybe Diddy had something to do with it. But let's dig into this. Okay. I have no bias on this. I do not know who he really was. Okay. My specialty is true crime, unsolved mysteries, not so much celebrity pulp culture type stuff. Although some stuff kind of intrigues me, but I feel like I'm out of the loop when it comes to celebrities, to be honest. Okay. So I'm using the Haunted House Tarot, and I'm starting with that. I was like thinking, what oracle deck can I use? It just doesn't seem... This one, I just felt to start with the tarot. And if you're new to my channel, hello, welcome aboard. I do have a tendency to ramble as I shuffle because I get a more random shuffle. I'm not so concerned about where the cards are falling. I've already put my intentions out there that I kind of want to know the backstory of what was going on with Liam right before or leading up to his passing away this past week. Okay, I feel like one more shuffle. Just gonna see if Liam wants to come through, see if he wants to talk, or see if my guides want to come through and talk. just to kind of, let's see what they have to say. Okay. Yeah, they're starting already. Let's see. We have the Nine of Cups, the Queen of Wands. Okay. What we do know at this point is that his ex was writing a book, allegedly about him, but she was changing names and stuff in it to protect people. And she, right a couple days prior to him making that leap, she did a podcast. And I guess this book was going to paint him in not a very nice, kind light, if you will. And we got the Three of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so I'm not saying that this is the only reason. The Nine of Cups is suggesting many cups, overindulgence, and that he felt like he was drowning. In order to get his wish, he felt he had to compromise himself with the Seven of Swords. And he felt like he was drowning in everything. Everybody else was going to be looking at him. He was going to be put under. His career was going to be done. And right here we have the Queen of Wands. She has certain ambitions, and she is very much ready to write that book. And I don't think there's anything that's going to stop her. Okay. It's about ready to get published. I think the book's written. But it's like Three of Wands. How do we proceed? So it's and Eight of Swords. So he was kind of stuck. He felt trapped. He felt like he was drowning. He felt like, I can't do this. There's this energy of, I cannot let, he didn't want to, he was afraid of what his reputation, what was going to happen to his reputation. Okay? And he felt trapped in this world that, and it's almost, I want to say, that's not the real me. That's not who I really stand for. Okay? But he put a certain plan in motion in order to escape scrutiny and criticism over his overindulgence. And it's not just about the book. It's about his past. His past being exposed. It's not his ex's fault. I'm not blaming her at all. It's not her fault. It's just one of the elements that were happening around him. So he felt like he was very much alone. I think he did a lot of soul searching with the Hermit card. He was trying to find his way through this muck. But he felt mentally trapped. He could not find a way out of the situation other than what he did. I understand there could be some connections to Diddy with him. That might be some kind of concern for him as well. He was hiding a lot. He kept a lot inside. Four of Pentacles. He felt like his world was being invaded, even though he tried to put up blocks. Then he made a very sudden decision and took very sudden action here with the Knight of Swords. It's like he was very, very clear. And he had a sense of sadness. From the other side, he's kind of communicating that I did what I had to do. I thought it out thoroughly. I could not find my way out of the situation. I was going to be ruined. And I had to do what I had to do. I could not face... I'm feeling like I could not face my family, my friends, could not face the world. After this book was published, I did a lot of things in my life that I'm not proud of. I'm hearing that as well. Three of Swords, I was hurt. Got the Three of Swords. The High Priestess. He hid his emotions. He did not let them show. Then there was a Tower. And let me kind of show you this. He had hidden, there is hidden knowledge here with the High Priestess, but he was hiding his pain and putting up a good front. Okay? But he was crying out inside. He felt alone. And he felt like he was going to be alone. So there's more than one thing here. And it's just like, he didn't, this was not a long, drawn out, planned process. I think he woke up on Wednesday and things were just getting to him too much. And he made the sudden decision, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this today. The Tower, the people falling out of the Tower. Look at that. 1, 2, almost looks like 3 or 4 stories there. Does it not? I don't know what hotel he was at or how many stories were to that hotel. But I'm definitely getting a vibe that he wasn't planning this out for weeks, in other words. Not even days, I don't think. Before the podcast talking about her book, the ex's book, he was searching for some kind of answers. Okay? He was definitely searching for answers and trying to find a way out. Do I believe that there could be Diddy vibes? Possibly. Let's just ask that. Are there Diddy vibes in this? You know, I think it is alleged, I haven't done any research on him really, that he may have been connected to Diddy. Maybe he was on the guest list or something like that. But here's the thing. I'm feeling a very, very troubled soul. Okay? Feeling like of somebody that lost their way for the name of money, power, stardom, okay, recognition. And just like so many other people in Hollywood, they get mixed up with some nefarious people and they lose their way and they get caught up in this big ring, an unhealthy ring. But I just kind of want to see what the tarot has to say in regards to any kind of connections. We do have the Four of Cups, an offer that I really did not want to take, that I hurt a lot of people in the process. Knight of Wands, it's like I hurt people. I did not want to take this cup, but if I didn't, I would have been hurt. And it involved other people that may have been hurt in the process of my phallic actions. And I took a risk knowing that I could get burned in this. Temperance. I'm getting women. Four of Wands at the house. And this Four of Wands, when I see this, I don't see the happy home. Okay? There's other cards in the deck that can indicate happy relationships and stuff. Even the Temperance card could be. But I'm a very visual, if you're new to my channel, I'm a very visual reader. Sometimes I don't even pay attention to that this is the Temperance card, meaning balance and healing. I just saw women sitting around with drinks, right? And I know the Four of Wands is meant to be stability, celebration. Yeah, this looks like a celebration, but more of a cult. So there was definitely cult-like activity that he got messed up in. King of Pentacles. Now, Diddy comes up as a King of Pentacles quite often. He's the money man. He's the one that likes to take care of people, take care of their needs, supply what people need. The hostess with the mostest. The host with the most. Let me put it that way, because this is masculine. He's got the money. He's grounded. Wealthy. Businessman. That describes Diddy. So, this here is saying, yes, I got caught up in the cult of Diddy. And I took some risks that I probably shouldn't have taken. I was about to fall, and I saw some things. I've got knowledge. Remember the High Priestess from the last set of cards. I was given this offer. I didn't want to take it. I didn't take it at first. But and he's saying I eventually took that offer. So I'm thinking Diddy tried to pull him in much sooner than when Liam got involved. I think Liam kept pushing back, saying, no, I'm good, I'm good, I'm good. I'm feeling like a trigger point in his life that he caved. Okay. Let's see if we could find out what this trigger point was. Something happened in his life. There was, I feel like a crisis. Let's just see if the cards can confirm. If there was a crisis, show me what it was. Or show me that there was no crisis. Was there a crisis, and what was it? Was there a crisis, and what was it? First thing out that jumps out is the Six of Cups. Memories, nostalgia, the way things used to be, Could involve children. I think he had a child. Did he not? Seven of Pentacles. And the Fool. This is making me think, you know, I see this woman running along the seashore. This is the Fool card, right? Taking that leap of faith, going on that journey, starting over. I'm getting here, I invested a lot of time into a relationship, had a child, for her to just kind of run off into the sunset. I think there was emotional wounding. He wasn't interested in Diddy's parties, his freak out parties. He had his woman, Four of Swords. But he was in pain. He wanted to rest. He wanted to heal. And he was trying to recover from a situation where somebody left him. Ten of Pentacles. So, he wanted to heal from this. Now this almost reminds me of Diddy's mansion in the background there. Ten of Pentacles. He gets this offer to join this family, right? That this offer had a price tag to it and he didn't realize what he was getting into. So he had an offer. Come join us. Have a good time. Take your mind off of so-and-so. After she left ya. We'll have a little bit of fun, even if it's a little bit risque. But there was chains attached to it. Strings attached. And if you play your cards right, Liam, you will get everything you want. King of Swords, Nine of Cups. You play by our rules and you'll get everything you want. The fame, the fortune, the money, the women. And Five of Wands in the reverse. It came out in the reverse with the Eight of Swords. So he got himself trapped in that lifestyle that he no longer could, a lifestyle that he fought against. I fought against this. I resisted this. But he was at a weak point in his life. And that's what these cult masters do. They strike when you're in a weak point, right? So this is like, got that Queen of Wands. Then and I'm hearing the final nail in all this. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know if any other readers came out with this. I know other people read on this. But the woman, his ex, that was, I don't know if she had, if that's the mother of his child or not. But I'm feeling like it's not. I'm not sure. This might be another child. Maybe he has a child out there that nobody knew about. I don't know. If he has one with the woman, the ex that's right, I wrote the book. But the first flash that I got is that he met her through Diddy. There's the tie. That's why she has so much information. But she's changing names to make it a real story, but not a real story, protecting people's identities, but telling something that goes on, but not mentioning names. That might be another interesting read to dig into. The book. How's that going to fare for her? Is she going to put herself into trouble, into danger? I'm feeling like I need another deck. But before I go there, because he's telling me he has some parting words, and the decks that I moved, just in case you were wondering what the hell that was, the power went out for about 5 seconds, then came back on, and I had to reboot my computer and find the clips that I was recording. It was like, as I was getting ready to speak, and I did lose my train of thought there for a minute, somebody was trying to shut me up. So I do have to keep that in mind as well when I'm doing this. Somebody wanted to shut me up. Okay. But I was starting to say he's probably going to have some parting words. He may have some parting words. Before I restarted the camera, I did go ahead and grabbed an oracle deck. And I didn't want to go hunting too hard. I said, is this okay? And he said yes. Okay. So, but before we go on, I just want to ask one last thing. Was there anything nefarious in your passing, in your fall from that 3rd floor balcony? It was a solo act. 9 of Pentacles, Temperance, the Hierophant, the Moon, and the Hermit. What I'm getting from these cards is he's kind of saying people are trying to search for something nefarious in my situation. He's saying, I did a lot of thinking about it. I acted alone. I needed to restore balance in my life, and I need to make an atonement on a spiritual level. He said it was his time. He had to evolve. He has to move on to his next assignment. Who knows when that is going to be? It could be 100 years from now, but feel like 10 minutes for him, right? Getting his orders and going, because time is so fast over there. In fact, over there, he's like saying it doesn't, you say Wednesday, you said it's been a couple days. He kind of was talking to me, and he said, it doesn't feel like that. He says, things are so different over here. He feels like I just arrived, or it's just happened 60 seconds ago. It feels like 60 seconds and it was a day. It just feels like seconds that it just happened. But to us, time is moving much slower, and it feels more of, to him it feels instant, it just happened. To us, it's been days. I don't know why he's saying that, but he's saying people are going to be searching for some kind of nefarious connection to his passing. But he definitely did it for himself. There were some spiritual aspects. And the Temperance card is about balance. It's about mixing. He was intoxicated. Yeah. 9 of Cups. In this instance, the 9 of Cups is showing me intoxication. So, when he did this, he was feeling no pain. Put it that way. He was good and lit. Kind of on its side, there's that 4 of Pentacles. Or 4 of Wands, I'm sorry. But it kind of came out on the side. It did a little spin on the table, you saw. And that is more of a challenge. And it feels like this is not exactly a decision I wanted to make, but I had no choice in the matter. That's what he's showing me. I had no choice. If I wanted victory over that devil, over this cult, over the situation that I was in, I had to do what I had to do. Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, victory over the work, his industry, his career goal. And he's kind of correcting me, because earlier it didn't seem like it was something well planned. He's telling me that he never had a solid plan, but he has thought about it. He's worked on details. He's changed details. Basically, what would he do if shit came out and shit hit the fan? What was his exit strategy? He took a little bit of time to work on it, yes. The Lovers. The Lovers is a choice. Okay, he's showing me he was more of a participant in Diddy's world, in Diddy's parties. But the point is, was there anything nefarious in his passing? I'm getting no, because he's still talking about the reasons why. Six of Pentacles. The dirty bird money that he received. He was more involved than just a participant in the freak parties. He got his invite. He worked his way up. There's more involvement in there. And yes, that's how he met his ex that's writing that book. I'm getting that again. And he says, yes, she had a nice, wonderful podcast. It's more like the podcast was the straw that broke the camel's back. Okay. He had thought about this before. But he thought about his daughter. He thought, well, so far so good. He thought about his exit strategy. He says, some people may call me a coward for taking that route. But he had his reasons. And let's just find out, before we go to the oracles, why did you take that way out instead of facing the music? Tower and the Hanged Man. Or no, Tower and the Page of Cups. The reason why he took his way out the way that he did. The Page of Cups is child. Has to do with his child. The Tower is... The Tower is talking about a shock, shaking up somebody's world. Her world is going to be shaken up as it is right now. And he thought it would be better to do it this way. Empress and Ace of Cups. And she still had her mother. But there was a lot of love there. And he still loved his child's mother. Five of Wands. It was in the reverse here because I never turned it upright. So I turned it upright this time. Before I shuffled. Hanged Man, Five of Wands. I was sacrificing myself to maybe save my daughter from some battles that were going to come ahead. And he's saying, you know, the Seven of Swords with the Queen of Wands. What he's telling me is some things in this book are not true. There are some things that are added to it that did not happen. He said the writer of this book is lying about something in the book. So those that buy the book, be mindful. There's some inconsistencies. But he says, don't worry. He's not too worried about it now. He's on the other side. But some of the inconsistencies, he's telling me karma is going to pay her a visit. He is bitter. Oh, that was the Knight of Cups. That was the Knight of Cups. But, oh, and this is the Page. The Knight of Cups still is an expression. Still, it's somebody younger. But it's definitely has to do with his child. But this is the Page of Cups. With the King of Pentacles. Something in the book that will not be true involves him, a father figure. I know this usually comes up as Diddy, but in this instance, I feel this is coming up as Liam's energy involving children. And he's saying, he never did anything with anybody underage. And that's what is going to possibly be in this book that is an untruth. So it makes me wonder, again, even though the names are changed, people already know who the book's about. Interesting. This fell out in the reverse. You know, an offer reversed. It's not such a good deal for her. I was going to address this in another reading. He wants to talk about it now. Okay. What is the situation? What's coming down the... Okay. He says, get out the predictions. Okay, hold on. It's up here. I'll bring both of them down. Okay. We're going to start with the predictions deck. If we need the other one, I'll get it out. But I don't think I'm going to. I think it's just going to be this deck, this predictions deck. Okay. So I kind of want to know what is coming next in regards to this book that his ex is writing. You know, he was indicating some karma coming her way. A deal that looked really good to her. It's not going to be such a good deal. He was saying there's some untruths in the book. Which I find really interesting. I wasn't expecting that. So anybody that reads is going to tell me or comment, is she claiming activity with niñas and niñas, little ones? Because he's saying that never happened. If it's in that book, I'm wondering if it is, because that came out very, very clear. I wanted to know what she was lying about, and next card showed what she was lying about. Okay. Okay. Let's see what is next. So where is this going? how is this going to work out for his ex? And I'm sorry, I don't even know her name. That's how little research I did. Oh, wasn't this happened in Argentina, I think. That just came to mind. I couldn't even remember where it was. And I just heard Argentina. Initially, her book is going to be a success. It's going to be a hit. Floods, heavy rain. Okay. Success, flood, heavy rains. Imprisoned, detained. Evidence of scandal. Oh, snap. Disaster wreckage. Initially, it's going to appear to be a very successful thing. There's going to be people that may even go to prison over this. Just saying. Just saying. And she's going to get herself caught up in this scandal here. Somebody's going to come in and rain on her parade. This is raining on somebody's parade because scandals are going to be coming out, and she may cause somebody to go to prison if she doesn't go to prison herself. But I think because it's going to come out. She's using fictitious names and almost like trying to paint a semi-truth story. The disaster or wreckage is, I think, what's coming out for her. That's what this question was for. Okay? She could go to jail. She could go to jail. Because I think someone's coming in and raining on her parade, on her success. They're going to dig up and produce scandalous material. Going to show her involvement. If you remember, in one of the times I threw the cards out, it showed that he met her through Diddy. Yeah. And the results are going to be disastrous. She could be fighting for her own freedom. That's why he was saying karma's going to come around. Questions are going to be raised. I'm curious what's in that fucking book. Because he kept an untruth about him in that book that raises an eyebrow. Well, so honey, how did you know that about him? If you knew about this, you didn't tell, what's your involvement? So there's going to be somebody going to go digging. Okay. Somebody's going to go digging. Foreign occupation. Hiding something. Something that doesn't belong, that is hidden. And as things heat up, heat wave, military action, consequences, damage is done. This is almost, and then I'm going to end it here. Well, these are his final words. He wanted to talk about what's coming up for her. She is hiding something in another country. Or hiding something. Herself. She's going to, just like Jay-Z and Beyonce, leave the country because the heat is going to be on. Things are going to heat up around her. She's going to flee the country. And military action could be military, it could be government, level law enforcement. It could be involving another country, because she's going to do some damage here. And she's fleeing the country because she doesn't want to face the consequences. Something is going to be uncovered. Military action could also be a member of our military starts digging. You know, they have intelligence, army intelligence and stuff like that investigates stuff. That's what I'm feeling here. Somebody that has ties to the military, whether they're still in the military or they're ex-military, but they have connections. They're gonna put the heat on her. She's gonna flee the country because she doesn't want to face the consequences of her own involvement. Allegedly speaking, entertainment purposes only, it's a card reading. But, okay, he's telling me to go ahead and bring this deck out before I end it, because he says, you went and you dug the deck out. See if this deck has any final messages. Any final messages, please. Any final messages? Final messages. Family and foundations. I thought I saw a card flip up in here. Maybe I didn't. Family and foundations. Nurture. That's a lot of cards. That's way too many. But this one was way over on the side. Intuition. Stability and flow. Okay. As a final message from Liam. I think this is not about him. It's a message for viewers out there. Okay? He is saying to this is Page of Swords. Keep an eye out for your family and nurture and love them and appreciate them. And this is stability, but it's also, and going with the flow, but this is the Two of Pentacles energy with the intuition card here, the moon. So he's saying, keep an eye, a watchful eye on your loved ones and your family. Nurture them, love them. And if your intuition kicks in and something doesn't quite seem right, don't go back and forth. What should I do? Take action. Take interventive action. And I'm feeling more like something seems off with a family member. Maybe they're indulging in drugs, alcohol, or other types of activity. Maybe there's a sign of depression. Watch for the signs. Be kind and loving to your family members. to your children, to your siblings. And he's telling me you only have one family. One real family in this lifetime. But never second guess your intuition and your gut feeling. This almost is making me feel like he's like saying he himself had warning signs. Some people kind of knew, but nobody did anything. But at the same time, maybe they weren't supposed to. There were warning signs with Liam that he was heading down this road. And instead of intervention, there was encouragement. Yeah, keep on going. You're going to have yourself a good old time. And it put him in a very dark place. And he's saying, be close to your family. Watch for the signs. For anything out of the ordinary that doesn't seem right. Don't hesitate to take action. Don't say, should I call Child Protection Services? Or should I call the police? Should I call and have somebody 302 because they're going to harm themselves? You know, this is, don't second guess that gut instinct, is what he's saying. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and end this video, and I am going to drop the mic.